Hey, beautiful souls. I'm Lana Elko. I live in California now, and I feel I'm in total alignment with who I am. I remember who I am. I know where I come from. I know what I'm supposed to do on this planet. But it hasn't been like that a few years ago. I was born and grew up in Ukraine, but I always had a feeling that I was meant to be somewhere else. I was meant to go somewhere and discover where is my place and what is my mission. When I was a teenager and starting from very early age, I've held this extreme complex of non-belonging. I couldn't fit in within the social system I grew up and social environment, the culture, the circle of people. I felt very lonely and isolated, and I couldn't really share anything about what I see, what I feel, and what is my truth, because nobody could relate at the time. I was spending nights on my grandmother's roof of her house, stargazing, and I felt extremely profound, deep, beautiful connection to the universe, to the spiritual source. And it was like deepest meditation in my life and the deepest feelings of this profound connection, but I had no words for this. I had no explanation. And I could never share that. I thought I would never share it with anybody. So when I grew up, I had problems with connecting with people. I felt really socially awkward. I had a really late start with finding a boyfriend and having this kind of adult life. And at some point, I discovered skydiving. It literally changed my life and saved my life. I found the purpose, I found the feeling that I belonged to something at least. I was living in the moment, totally present. I was finding the edge of the existence, this edgy place in between the worlds. And I also found my community, my spiritual tribe, the skydivers, the rebels, outsiders, people who do something nobody does, the crazy ones. And this is the first time I felt that I can belong. This is the first time I felt I could authentically connect with others. And that was amazing spiritual community. And the way we related to each other was on an energetic level. We didn't speak about spirituality, but we lived it, we felt it, and we supported each other on different levels. That was one of the most beautiful years of my life. I also started my own business very early, and it became successful because I needed money for skydiving. It was expensive, and it was the very strong motivation for me. My business became really successful at some point and actually exceeded all my expectations. In my late 20s, I got everything I could dream about. Nice home, office, fancy car. I could travel anywhere in the world without hesitation or worrying about costs. I had adventures with my friends. We went snowboarding in winter, skydiving in summer, travel around the planet. And it was fun. I was living my life. I owned it. But at some point, I started to feel unsatisfied and uncomfortable. And I felt there is so much more. Money didn't make me completely happy. Success didn't make me completely happy. I felt there is so much more available, more purpose, more meaning, more adventures, more exploration, more possibilities. And I felt that I'm meant to create an impact, to create a change. If I take care of myself so well, I wanted to help others. I could see how much suffering is in the world, and I want to get involved. but I didn't exactly know how. I didn't know exactly what to do. So one friend, that was my psychospiritual crisis, deep psychospiritual crisis. So my friend recommended me to try holotropic breathwork, and I just went for it for a 3-day workshop. I didn't read anything about it before. I didn't uh, research. I just decided to dive in. I didn't have any expectations, but even if I did, the experience would exceed them like 100% or 200%. My rational mind was blown away with all the energetic information that I received uh, in my breathwork session, and all the insights, all the breakthroughs, all the visions I got. It was a lot. I've been processing for like 6 months, integrating, applying, bringing myself into alignment. And my meditations became really deep and insightful as well after the breathwork session. Also, what was the experience? I guess you wonder. So I zoomed out of my individual life and I saw evolution of this planet and evolution of the human race. And I saw myself, my soul, and other light souls coming in to this realm and doing this beautiful and selfless work, working with human consciousness. That was the most beautiful thing to do. And I felt it on the energetic level. And I found what is this, my mission on this planet. I recognized some of the souls. I met them in this life. They are my friends. And I felt so much gratitude, so much connection for this work that we're doing and for supporting each other on different levels. I also traveled into the depth of the universe and then came back to Earth, and I saw consciousness as this illuminated, concentrated energy of light that grows and expands and becomes aware of itself. So one day I received the guidance in my meditation to move to Santa Cruz, California and start my new life from scratch and start living my life purpose finally and do consciousness work. So I moved to Santa Cruz. I joined GTT, Growth Transpersonal Training. I became holotropic breathwork facilitator. I met amazing souls from all over the world, found my soul tribe, and started to do my own workshops, breathwork workshops and retreats in Santa Cruz area, in California, and different places in the US. And also started to help people with their breakthroughs, with transforming their lives and coming back to alignment of who they are, why they're here, finding their life purpose, finding their spiritual power, liberating them from codependence with the system. We can talk about that the system is kind of dysfunctional, but we have to live in it, and we can find a way to be in our power and grow in our power and help others and create alternatives for the system. And this is the only way we can transform the collective part of consciousness as well. But first our individual consciousness needs to be rediscovered, empowered. We should come back to alignment with the universal laws and our own inner truth. So now it's my turn to hold space for you and your mind-blowing and life-changing breathwork experience. So if you feel connected, if you feel moved, if you feel curious, you're welcome to join my Facebook group, Breathwork and Consciousness, where I share videos and articles and interviews with other people, and my events, workshops, private sessions, private coaching, and I really hope to get to know you. I hope to be in service.